Hello, today I'm going to teach you how to make hot cross buns. It's Good Friday, perfect day to do it. Now, hot cross buns are essentially just an enriched bread. So I'm going to use my normal ratio that I usually use. Take your great big, what do you call it, bowl. This is part of my mixer. You can do it by hand if you prefer, but I definitely like my mixer. So I'm going to take my bowl and put it on the scales. Set them to 0. And I'm going to do about 500 grams worth of flour. That will make about 12 to 15 buns. This is some strong white flour. In it goes. I'm going to do 400 grams of that, roughly. And I'm going to do the other 100 grams with still strong but whole wheat flour. Because I'm always trying to keep my family healthy, much to their distress. Okay, that gives us 500 grams. Now, if you're cooking with bread, the percentage you want of yeast compared to the flour is 1%. So if we've got 500 grams of flour, we want 5 grams of yeast. In it goes. Funny, it often doesn't register on the scale, but I'm going to do that. And then the other part of your ratio is salt. So you want about 2% salt. I think ever so slightly less than that. So I'm going to do 8 grams of salt there. It turned out it was 9, that's all right. Now, in a nice hot cross bun, you want some spices. And I'm going to put in ground cinnamon. That's just a good old shake, probably about a tablespoonful. No, dessert spoonful. And some nutmeg. This is probably about half a teaspoonful. Oh, delicious. It smells amazing. The next thing I'm going to put in is a little bit of sugar. I'm using Demerara. You could use white or muscovado. It wouldn't matter at all. And again, I'm using organic like I always do. Much, much better for our planet. I've put in there 2 dessert spoons, which is 30 grams. That'll do. You don't want them over sweet really, just a kind of hint of it. Now it's a bit random this one, but I'm going to put in some yoghurt. And I just find that it gives it a really nice texture. So that's just plain yoghurt. It's Yo Valley, but it's just very basic natural yoghurt. And I'm going to put in 3 dessert spoonfuls, like that. A bit like if you're making a naan bread. Okay, my next ingredient is a bit of yoghurt there, some raisins and currants, and if you can see, they are sitting in water. They've been soaking in water for the last hour or so. You can easily make it without doing that, but it does make them much juicier in the bread. So I'm going to tip those straight in, including what they've been soaking in the water. And I know it's not traditional, but why not? I'm going to put in some chopped dates. Again, all organic, full of fibre. Yum yum. Look, there's a bit that escaped. Next thing I'm going to do is pop it onto the mixer. In it goes. And I've got the dough hook there with me. Got it. Right, in it goes. Pop it down and start it going. Now I'll just do it as a demonstration. There it goes. But I'm going to stop because it makes such a racket. Okay, so what you want to add into there is a little bit of milk. Now it's the fat content in the milk that you want, really. So ideally full fat like we've got here. If you don't, the mixture's just not quite as rich. And if you're vegan, you could use oat milk, that'll be fine. But ideally, the creamier the better. And it doesn't matter if it's straight out of the fridge, because you're going to put in some warm water as well. Now I tend to do this with the motor running, and then I can feel the texture as we go, because I never measure it. So we'll have a short pause and I'll come back to you when it's done. Okay, so that's been kneading for 10 minutes with the machine. You don't want to do any more. If you're doing it by hand, you can do as long as you like. Good luck to you. Great for the arms. And when that's kneaded for long enough and all that gluten's been stretched, you take your plastic bag, nice big one, put the whole thing inside the plastic bag and cover it. I'm going to put it somewhere warm. And there are two reasons for that. One is that yeast respires anaerobically, so it doesn't want a load of oxygen in there. And two is that if you leave it open to the air, although it will still rise, you'll get a crust on top that at this stage you really don't want. So that dough's risen. It's been sitting in the warm kitchen for about 2 hours. An hour's usually enough. I've just been out in the garden. And I'm going to turn it out of here and give it a good old knock back. Like that. And you can see I'm just pushing away and folding into the middle. If at this stage it's too sticky, just add a little bit of extra flour, and I put brown on. So take your sharp knife and divide it up. To make sure you get even sized pieces, if you just keep on dividing in half and then half again, that will work. So I think I'm going to end up with 16, is that right? There we are, won't do them all now. But when you take each one, you shape it a bit like, I don't know, like folding it in underneath itself. So stretch the top, pull it in like you're wrapping, as if there's something in the middle and you're wrapping it up. So it's underneath, meets at the bottom, on it goes. Same again, all the way through. I'll just do 3. Show you what I mean. Fold it like that, on it goes. Then to get a nice brown top, just brush it with some milk like that. You could leave the milk until just before it goes in the oven, or you could do it now. Right, that will take probably another hour at room temperature to rise, and then we'll pop them in a nice hot oven. See you. And here they are. How delicious are they? Risen, golden. Let's see if I can break one open. They're really, really hot. Oh, look at that. Absolutely delicious. I forgot to say, I didn't put the crosses on just because I'm too lazy. If you want to, you just make a paste of flour and water, put it on just before you bake them. And when you're baking, you want to bake in a really hot oven, really important for bread, at about 230 to 245 degrees. There, I hope you really enjoy your hot cross buns.